Hello and welcome to Click, Swipe, Play, Softonic's weekly video game show. I'm Alex and I, importantly, am 35, which means, for those of you who are counting, I was born in 1980, making me the perfect target for Transformers nostalgia. Which is important because today we are looking at the 3 best Transformers games that you can currently get your hands on, which means we're discounting the PS1 Beast Wars game that was actually quite good and looking at current PC and mobile titles that you can download today. And here are our 3 top Transformer games. Transformers The War for Cybertron is a third-person shooter from High Noon Studios, and this was a studio that clearly had a huge love for the subject matter, much like me. This game takes the action back to before the fall of Cybertron, when the Decepticons and Autobots are warring atop the robotic world. This means you get a slightly more futuristic style of robot and vehicle, as this is before they come to Earth and assume the form of cars and planes. The story allows you to play as both Decepticons and Autobots, so you see both sides of the conflict as brothers pit themselves against brothers and friends against friends in this epic tale. It's a wonderful homage for fans of the original 80s show, as it takes you back before when that started, as Megatron drains the Energon core from the planet of Cybertron and his thirst for destruction eventually ends the world. Turns out we don't currently have a full review up for this on Softonic.com, but I am giving it an 8 out of 10. Angry Birds Transformers is a strange blending of both the Transformers and the Angry Bird licenses. But just because it's strange doesn't mean it isn't entertaining. With the Red Bird taking the role of Optimus Prime and the Blue Bird taking the role of Bluestreak along with many others, and the Pigs taking the role of the various Deceptihogs such as Megatron and Soundwave. The game itself is a third-person side-scrolling shooter as the screen constantly moves and you have to take out the various eggs that have all been brought to life by the Egg Spark. Taking these out, you have to destroy the various buildings, all Angry Bird style, but at a moment's notice, as the environment collapses around you, you might have to turn into a car to outrun the collapsing buildings and incoming fire. The best thing about it is that it all looks fantastic, filled with personality and plenty of tribute paid to the original 80s cartoon, all of which is why we've given it an 8 out of 10. Transformers Devastation is the game I've been waiting for since I was 4 years old. Taking the classic 80s cartoon and thrusting it into Platinum Games' signature high-action combat and set pieces, this is something truly special. The nostalgia hits immediately, with the characters looking just like they did in the original 80s cartoon show. But within moments you also see that they're all being voiced by their original voice actors, so Optimus Prime, Bumblebee and Megatron all sound exactly like you remember them. But this isn't just a trip down memory lane because the action is sensational. Switching between close quarters combat as you beat the living tar out of a robot, and then distance gameplay with the touch of a button as you pull out your ion blasters and flamethrowers, this is something to behold. What really makes this work, however, is the ability to transform into a car and ram your opponent mid-fight. None of which is to say it's perfect, of course. The backgrounds look a little bland, perhaps in keeping with the original Saturday morning cartoon, and Megatron turns into a tank, not a gun. What kind of G1 Transformer is this? All of which is why I gave it a 9 out of 10, especially if you were born in the 80s. That's it for this week's Click, Swipe, Play. Remember to like or dislike this video below to let us know what you thought, and leave a comment if there are any Transformers games that you prefer. Remember to subscribe and we'll see you next time.